From a man facing domestic violence charges.
For purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
To a tenant caught in a dispute over unpaid rent and property damage.
I get all of that, but you said her rent, that you're waiving the rent through today.
These cases expose how Judge Simpson ensures accountability, starting with Mr. White, who stands before the court facing domestic violence charges. It's outrageous how some choose violence instead of just walking away.
The court does recall the case of the People versus Danae White.
Ashley Lonnie for the People.
Carolyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Danae White. Danae White.
Okay, what are we doing?
Here we are set today for a final settlement conference. The people would be able to proceed to trial. However, there is an offer outstanding that I believe the defendant is going to accept, which is to plead no contest as charged and receive sentencing under 4A. And further will not be pursuing any alleged bond violations up into the date and time of this plea right now. Should there be any other violations, alleged violations of bond conditions of no contact, we do reserve the right to bring those forward at a later time.
And Your Honor, that is correct. And I do have the advice of rights information.
Hey, have her sworn.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name.
Danae White.
All right. Remember, this is court's understanding that you are going to be pleading no contest to the charge of domestic violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes, sir.
All right. Two things about it I have to make sure that you understand it. First of all, it means that you're not desirous or wanting to contest this charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Second thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Basis for the no contest plea is potential civil liability. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So to that charge, ma'am, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
All right. You signed this advice of rights form. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Any question regarding any of the rights contained therein?
No.
Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights of that.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plea?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily? Is that a yes?
Yes.
I'm sorry. And of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
All right. The court has been provided and has reviewed Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety report for their case number 25368. Any objection to the court having reviewed?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there is a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt. And also because of the plea offer, I will make a specific finding of guilt once the parties have indicated I've complied with the court rule. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
The people are satisfied and acknowledge the court has adjudicated the defendant guilty, so she is eligible for sentencing under 4A.
All right.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea in this case. Defendant is referred to probation for pre-sentence investigation and report. Counsel, we were in the back discussing and reference to sentencing. I don't know if you had any additional time to think whether you wanted something closer or something
Farther out. Further out, Your Honor.
further out. Okay. What would our sentencing be?
It would be March 3rd.
March 3rd. Give me, what's the one after that?
March 10th.
10, because of give me something later in March.
March 7th and 3rd. No, March 31st.
March 31st. All right, let's do that. All right. Sentencing in this matter will be March 31st, 2025 at 1 p.m. All right. And with its conditions, we'll continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Young lady, on your way out, my probation department is down on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Okay, stop in there and make sure then start the process.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
While Mr. White faced the weight of the law for his domestic violence charge, Mr. Bragg finds himself in court after being accused of stalking, only to walk away with a reduced charge of misusing a telecommunications device. Let's watch this.
Yeah, no, just, all right. Court does call the case, People versus Eric Bragg.
Actually, let me for the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Calvin Hawthorne appearing with and on behalf of Eric Bragg, who's approaching. Mr. Bragg, please state your name.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Eric T. Bragg.
All right.
Here we are set this morning for the final settlement conference. People are able to proceed. The people have made an offer to the defendant to plead to an added count to malicious use of a telecommunications device rather, excuse me. That's a 6-month misdemeanor or $1,000 fine contrary to 750540E as an echo. Upon a plea to that added count 2, count 1 stalking would be dismissed. That's a 1-year misdemeanor. I understand the defendant is going to accept that offer today and plead no contest to telecommunications malicious use.
That is a correct statement, Your Honor.
All right. Has he signed the advice?
He has.
All right. May I have him sworn?
Right here. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name.
My name is Eric T. Bragg.
All right.
Sir, this is court's understanding you're going to plead no contest to the charge of malicious use of a telecommunication device. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 6 months incarceration and a $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. 2 things about it. I've said before. First of all, it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Second thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Basis of no contest plea is potential civil liability.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. So, sir, to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right. Well, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, correct?
Yes, I did.
Any questions regarding those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, I do.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead no contest?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, Your Honor.
and of your own free will.
Yes.
Court has been provided and has reviewed Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety report for their case number 238011. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Counsel, have I complied with the court?
People are satisfied.
Defense is also satisfied.
The court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report. Defendants referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be
March 3rd at 1 p.m.
March 3rd, 2025, 1 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue with its conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
sir, as I instructed the other young lady, down on the left-hand side is my probation department. Stop in there and get the process started.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Unlike in Mr. Bragg's case, here we have Mr. Evans standing before the court after being charged with retail fraud.
Court calls the case People versus Larry Evans.
Conrad Sewell on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Evans, who is approaching the podium.
Penn State.
How you doing?
Penn State?
Oh, no.
Penn State?
This work.
It's work?
Yeah, it's work. I use this working on the job.
They had a Maryland sweatshirt.
I can't
Where? Penn State?
I hate.
Your Honor,
Miss Pate, he gets nothing today. You know that. So go ahead. Well,
just don't lock him up.
We'll
Been a
go
great
through
client. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for final settlement conference. Mr. Evans will be entering a plea of no contest today as charged to the retail fraud under the Pittsfield Township Ordinance, and he has signed an advice of rights form, which I have here.
Mr. Allen, can we state guys swore?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State
I
your
said
name.
Larry Evans.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading no contest to the charge of retail fraud under the Pittsfield Township ordinance. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes.
All right. Two things about it I have to make sure that you understand. First of all, I have to make sure that you understand it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The other thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Basis for no contest plea.
Potential civil liability, Your Honor.
Sir, to that charge, how do you plead?
I'm guilty, Your Honor.
You understand that by pleading guilty,
No contest.
no contest, right? You understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No, sir.
Look at paragraph 5, you'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of the trial. You understand by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, I am.
and of your own free will.
Yes, I am.
Court has been provided and has reviewed Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety report for their case number 2414062. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Based on a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Counsel, have I complied with the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to this charge. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be
February 26th at 9 a.m.
February 26, 2025, 9 a.m.
Your Honor, if I may make one brief request, I do understand if he is referred to probation for the PSIR. I have briefly discussed this with Mr. Siller. There is no restitution at issue in this case. We would ask for immediate sentencing if the court would entertain that, but we do understand that that may not happen.
I'm not.
Understood, Your
All
Honor.
right.
Thank you.
It felt good denying something that somebody with a Penn State sweatshirt wanted.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Your bond will continue.
Okay.
Sir, probation is right down the hallway. Stop in and that way they can start the process.
Okay. All right, then.
All right.
All right. Thank
You
you.
have a good day.
Now let's watch these last two cases on unpaid rent and traffic offense.
Will move after 60 days with the potential for 30 additional days if she proves that an effort was made and files a petition with the court to actually find housing. Additionally, Ms. King will pay for the extended months. It might be 2 months, it might be 3 months, depending on what happens. My client will waive rent that was due prior to today, as well as any damages we claim for repairs made to the unit. What? Oh, well, late fees are waived. Yeah, late fees are waived.
Late fees.
And we'll give a neutral reference. My client will give a neutral reference. And if there are any further alleged violations, we could file a motion with the court to perhaps ask for less time.
Last time. Understood.
And whatever letter of good standing that she needs for HUD purposes.
Plaintiff will provide a neutral reference regarding the defendant's
She will be considered paid in full once we waive everything.
correct.
Assuming she pays those.
And assuming she's paying the amounts.
Correct.
All right. Only question I had, I think that was the entire agreement, as the court understood it. The only question I had is when you say rent through today, you're waiving January?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted, January, what about February?
Well, it'll follow. So 90 days will be 3 months. Or 60 days will be 2 months. So we're asking for 253 times 2. I think that's her rent. I know it falls on kind of what we're.
Right, but, well, no, I get all of that, but you said her rent, that you're waiving the rent through today. What I don't know and what I don't understand is, are you prorating for February, or are you waiving February, or is February not waived? Or is February included as part of the 2 months?
Logically, we would prorate February, and then if she moves out mid-month somewhere down the road, we would have to prorate that month also. So that.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's all I needed to understand. I just needed, when you said today, you mean today.
correct.
Got it. Okay, that's all I need to know.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
We'll get the
Dennis,
paperwork.
that's a correct statement?
That's the correct statement.
All right,
Thank you,
I
Your
will
Honor.
mark the file conditionally ordered, or conditional dismissal order to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Have
a
Appreciate
great
it.
day.
Have a great one.
Yes, too. Okay,
Yeah, we'll have this.
all right. Oh, no. I understand you got hold up. Understand. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, guys, take care. Mr. Burgess, thank you for gracing us with your presence some hours late.
Sorry, Your Honor. I apologize to you and your state. That's fair. That's fair, Your Honor. I'll take it.
Oh, no, I had a whole lot more to say, but no, actually, I was not inconvenienced at all because I was here doing things. However, we only had one person brought up, and so it's inconvenience. My friends at the Washington County.
I apologize for the
But
inconvenience.
particularly one of the individuals who is one of my favorite officers was inconvenienced by you showing up late.
Okay. Well, I apologize to him or her. I'm not sure.
To her,
Okay. Well, I apologize to her, Your Honor.
and she's angry.
Okay. Flowers?
She didn't like flowers.
Okay. Just let me know what I should send her, Your Honor.
Cash.
Certificate
She
or,
likes cash.
yeah, cash? I can do cash, Judge.
And
You know I do criminal
that's
defense.
okay. No,
Your Honor.
we and she's something else because she used to be my bailiff, so we given her your address. All right. Court does call the case.
Home or office, Judge?
No, it's home.
Okay.
Court does call the case of the people versus Michael Scott Russell.
Absolutely, for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Honorable Court, David Burgess on behalf of Mr. Michael Russell, who's to my right. Judge, I spoke with the prosecutor in this matter. That people are going to amend the chart. Oh, sorry.
We're gonna add an added count too of no obstinate
Thank you.
person, and I need misdemeanor, $100 fine, no points, 257-311. And in exchange for a plea to that added count, driving suspended second will be dismissed. I understand the defendant's likely timed out on that file, so I believe he's gonna be asking for a time served sentence. I think there's some mandatory fees.
Hold on. You're adding a count 3.
I meant 3, yep, because
Yeah.
one was dismissed at the prelim. I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot that it was,
Yeah, we
I
can.
apologize.
Okay.
I meant 3. Thank you, Your Honor.
And that's an accurate statement, Judge. My client does have approximately 8 months in the county jail, Judge, so he would be maxed out on that
On
the
the
time on the no ops. I don't know if there are any mandatory fines and costs. You're going to ask, considering he's in the jail.
There will be, well, yeah, we'll deal with it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. We're ready to proceed.
Let's have him sworn.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Michael Scott Russell, Jr. for the record.
Sir, it is this court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of no valid operator's license on person. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Understanding that, still wish to plead guilty
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
to that charge? How do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Understood, sir.
All right. I think you excluded advisory rights. Since you're not having a trial, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
I understand advice and rights, sir.
All right. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
Not that I know, sir.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, sir.
and of your own free will,
My own free will, sir.
and because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
On March 17th, 2024, at location of Gulfside and International, were you stopped by the police?
I was.
You were?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did
Officer
they,
Lynch, sir.
all right. Did they request that you produce a driver's license?
They did.
And were you unable to give them a valid license?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 3. Counts 1 and 2 are dismissed. Anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Other than the fact that, Your Honor, he's probably is somewhat indigent at this time, just due to the fact that he's been in the jail for 8 months. Judge asked to consider that in assessing whatever mandatory fines and costs are required.
And it's my understanding he's here on a writ and is going back to Livingston. I think he still has something going on up there.
All right.
Okay.
All right. It's a sentence of the court. State fees of $125. We're not coming after you whenever. I'm not going to even ask when you can pay that. And I'll order 90 days credit.
MCL 78073 applicable in this matter?
Excuse me?
780.73,
Which portion of it?
which I get the credit for $5 applied towards fines, $5 each day incarcerated. Not
I am not imposing fines.
Okay, thanks, sir.
I impose
It's a mandatory.
state-
Okay,
state
mandatory cost, sir.
state
Okay, thank you.
fee.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
90 days, credit 90, sir. I'm done. Thank you.
Yes, since you have a wonderful day, sir.
You do the same.